So hello everyone, welcome back to the Codersarts. So in previous video we have learned about the student class and the main activity UI implementation. So we also created the UI for the main activity and added the recycler view here, and also initialized the recycler view and created a one method for generating the student list. So in recycler view we have to set some adapter here. So we have to set this adapter here, adapter. Okay, so we don't have an adapter right now, so we have to create the adapter for our recycler view. So in this video we are going to create that adapter only. So let's see how we can create this adapter. So what we have to do, we have to get the adapter which is called as the student adapter. So this is the student adapter. Okay, and this adapter, student adapter, we have to pass the student list. Okay, so in this student list we have to create one more class here which is known as the student adapter. So let's create this class, and which is the extract separate file, which will be the extract file that is not considered in the main activity. So click on this and click on OK. So here you can see we have created a class name which is known as this adapter. So what we have to do, we have to write some code in this adapter, and let's see how we can write it. And in this we can see we have to pass the student list at the list of the student here. So it is already auto generated code, and we can also see like the recycler view and the adapter recycler view dot adapter. So in this we have to create a one more view holder as well. Okay, so how we can do it, we can create a student view holder class as well. So let's remove this one, and we can create our own. Okay, so we are basically using the student adapter class, and we have to create our view holder by your own. Okay, so we have to create a student view holder, student view holder. So here we can see class is going to be created here. So we have to create it, and we can create it in the this class as well. So this is the basically our view holder class, and in this view holder we have to write some code for getting the view holder. So we have to extend the class which is known as the view holder class. So this is the recycler view dot view holder. Okay, so here you can generate some, change the constructor, add a constructor of the view holder. So we have to add some constructor here as well. So let's add it manually, which is item view. Okay, so which is basically a type of the view. Okay, so this is created automatically, and we have also add a construction here, and we have to pass our item view here. Okay, so here we can resolve all the problems, and then we have to implement some member function. We have to override the adapter member function here. So just click on this and click on this and implement member function. So here you can see we have a three member function which is called as the on create view holder, and on bind view holder, and student adapter view holder, and get item count, which is very important to implementing these member function for accessing all the data from the recycler view to the local database or any of the data source. So just click on OK. So you can get here everything is created automatically. So you have to just control X here and write each thing from below. So we have to remove this code here. So now what we have to do, we have to inflate a layout here so that our recycler view have this own layout. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to write some code which is the val and view. Okay, so this is type of view. So what we have to do, we have to layout inflator, and in this layout inflator we have using the from and pass the context here. So we are getting the parent here, and we can get the context from here. Okay, so by this way we can initialize our view, and then after we have to inflate our some UI here. So we are going to create a one more layout which is known as the r.layout.item student. Okay, what type of data that we have to show in the card view? We have to create a view for it or a layout for it. Okay, so which is the student, and then after we are passing the parent here, and then after we are passing the basically attached to root, which is called false. Okay, so after that we have to return this as a student view holder. Student view holder, we have to pass our view here. Okay, so item view equal to view. Okay, so we have passed it. Now what we have to do, we have to we are getting the student list here. So what we have to do, we have to pass and known our recycler view, so that we have the this amount of data that we are getting from the local database or any of the database or any of the data source that we are getting. So what we have to do, we have to just pass the student list, sorry, control Z, student, sorry, so in item count we have to just pass the student list dot size. Okay, so we are just returning it here, student, sorry, we have to create this private. Okay, and which is the val. Now we are getting this student list. Okay, so we are using the size here. Okay, so we are just getting the size from the list of the size, and we also need to remove it from here, and then after we have to bind our data in our recycler view. So on bind view holder, this is the code for overriding. So what we have to do, we have to just create a variable here, and student equal to student list dot position. Okay, so we are just getting one by one all the data here. It is a basically type of for loop that is going to be help to getting our data. So now what we have a error here, so we have to also resolve it. So click on this and click on this. Okay, so we have to create this by clicking on OK. So here we have to write some code for creating the our recycler view adapter. So now what we have to do, we have to write some code for this. So first of all, we are going to use the linear layout. We have to remove this constraint layout because it is not usable for now. So which is the linear layout, and in this linear layout we are going to type some code more, like we have to go into show text view name, text view roll number, text view school name, and the additional info that we are getting. So now what we have to do, we have to create some text view. Okay, in this text view we have to give some size, which is basically a wrap content for my case, and which is also a wrap content. And then after we have to give an id here. So what is the idea? It is basically a text view name of a student. Okay, so this is the id. And then after we are going to use the string dot name. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to give some text here. Let's say we have given the app name here, and we have to close this place. So now what we have to do, we have to show some more data, and also we have to give some orientation here. So what is the orientation? Orientation is the layout which we are going to show in our linear layout. So we have to do it vertical. We also need a padding here, which is approx 16 dp. Okay, so that our UI is going to look good. Now what we have to do, we have to duplicate it 4 times. So we have to press Ctrl and D and D and D. Okay, so this is the basic type of thing that we have to go through. So it is the text view name, so we have to remove it, and the second one is for text view roll number. So roll number, and then after we have to text view school name. So we have to use the school name, and then we have to show the data of the additional info. So we have to use additional info. Okay, so for viewing this data, we are using a linear layout here, which is a match parent and match parent. So we have to select this height according to the wrap content here. Okay, and then after we have to give additional margin here from top. Okay, so margin from top is basically 6 dp, I think. Okay, and we have to copy paste this line and paste it everywhere in every text view. Okay, and we have to select it, control A, control Alt plus L. Okay, so for reformatting the code, and we have to remove this space, additional space from here. Okay, so this is the basic UI that we have created, and now what we have to do, we have to use this adapter for updating the UI. Now what we have to do, we have to write some code in the student view holder class. So for now we have to use some variable here, which is known as the TV name. In this TV name we have to use it is a type of text view. Okay, so we have to give the text view, and in this text view we have to implement the item view, and we are going to initialize by using the find view by id. So find view by id, which is r dot id dot tv name. Okay, and we have to copy paste this line and duplicate this for 4 times. Okay, in this tv name we have to replace by using the tv roll number, and second one is for the tv school name, tv school name, roll z tv school name. Okay, and then we have to tv additional info. So these are the things that we have to implement it, and then after we have to change this name as well, which is the tv roll number. Okay, and then after we have to use the tv school name, and after that we have tv additional info. Okay, so we have created this name, and we are going to use this in our student bind view holder class. Now what we have to do, we have to do nothing, just we have to implement all the text view here. Now what we have to do, we have to getting the holder class here. So this is the holder, and this is the text view name, and by using this name we are going to initialize it dot text equal to student dot name. Okay, holder dot tv roll number dot text student equal to student dot roll number. Okay, so here you can see a error here, which is saying like it is a string, a char sequence, and but found the int. Not what we have to do, we have to convert it in the string. So we are using the toString method. Okay, so it will be converted to the toString, and then we have to initialize the another one dot tv school name dot text equal to student and dot school name dot toString. Okay, and we also uses the holder dot tv additional info dot text equal to student dot name dot basically which is additional info. Okay, so we are getting these data from this student list. So we have to select it first, and we have to press the control alt plus L for reformatting the whole code. So our code is looking beautiful. So then after we have created this one, and then we have created this, and this we have to show it in the recycler view. So let's see how is this going to look in our recycler view. So we have to using some tool list item, which is items tool. So here you can see how our data is going to look like. Okay, so and we also want to tool dot item count. If we give the item count is 6, so we have to getting the 3. So we have getting the 3 item here. Okay, so in main activity we have created the recycler view. We have also, so let's set our recycler view here. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to set the recycler view here. So as we have selected here, and we are setting the recycler view here. So now what we have to do, we have to set an array, and we have to set the data in our string.xml file for fetching the data here. Okay, so that's all for this video. In next video we are going to setting up the data in the string.xml file, and then only we can continue with the next one. So thank you, and thank you being with us.